In this video, we're going to talk about operations on functions, and we'll start with the basic operations of addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. And the first notation you see when you first see this is it looks a little scary when they ask, like in this first example here, to find f plus g of x. That's how we say this, f plus g of x. But what it means is I'm going to take whatever f of x is and add g of x. So this is f of x, x squared minus x minus 2. And this is g of x, x plus 1. So this is f of x, and this is g of x. I'm going to add them together. Boom. So there we go. I'm going to add these two together, which basically means I'm going to combine like terms. So I could combine, let's see, the x's, this negative x and positive x are going to cancel out. And then the x squared comes down, and the negative 2 plus 1 is negative 1. Okay, so this is f plus g of x. This is the answer. Okay, so it can get more exciting. If it had been a minus, I'm going to draw it over here. If they had asked me to do f minus g, there would be a little bit of a difference. So in this case, I would have had x squared minus x minus 2 minus x plus 1. And I need to put that in parentheses because I'm subtracting the entire thing. I would need to distribute the negative. So this would have been x squared, oops, switched, minus x minus 2, minus x minus 1. Okay, so in this one, I would have combined the negative x, and that would have actually been a negative 2x. And then the x squared comes down, and then the two numbers would be negative 3. So you do need to distribute a negative if it's a minus. But when it's a plus, you kind of even notice I didn't even bother putting the parentheses. I'm adding them, and there's no reason to have the parentheses there. I just kind of ignored them. Okay, so let's try another one. This time we're doing a multiplication, which means I'm going to take h of x and times it by k of x. So I'm going to take 2x minus 4 and times it by negative 3x plus 1. So I'll put the parentheses in. And in this case, because we're multiplying, I want the parentheses. So this is FOIL. I'm going to distribute the 2x and then distribute the negative 4. So that's going to give me negative 6x squared plus 2x plus 12x minus 4, which will be negative 6x squared plus 14x minus 4. And there it is. That's the multiplication. Let's add 4. Let me fix it. Cool. All right. So that's h times k of x. So let's try a division. I just realized there is a typo here. This should have been a g of x. So please cross that off, make that adjustment. I apologize. So we will have f of x divided by g of x, which would be x squared minus 4x minus 5 divided by x minus 5. Now, in order to do some simplifying, I would actually have to first factor the numerator and then see if I can cancel. So I can use my shortcut. At the top of the x would be negative 5. Bottom of the x is negative 4. Two numbers that multiply to be negative 5, but add to be negative 4 are negative 5 and positive 1. So here, I'll draw a giant equal sign. There we go. This will be x minus 5, x plus 1, all over x minus 5. Okay, so x minus 5 cancels. Oops. My computer is much slower than my hand right now. And my final answer then, f over g of x, is x plus 1. Awesome. So really, we're just doing a little bit of algebra. We're doing multiplying, we're adding, we're subtracting, we're dividing, we're doing all this algebra. We're not really learning a new math, we're just learning a new notation. Okay, so this case, they're asking us to find f plus g of 3. So what that means is they're asking me to find f of 3 plus g of 3. So we're going to use what we did earlier in the last chapter or section, and we're going to plug 3 in for x. So f of 3 is 3 squared minus 3 minus 2, which is, let's see, 9 minus 3 is 6, minus 2 is 4. So this is 4. And then g of 3 would be 3 plus 1, which is also 4. So f of 3 plus g of 3 is 4 plus 4, which is 8. So that's the answer for this. Now I'm showing the work over here, but you could probably skip showing the work. It might be wise on an exam to show the work just in case you make a small error and I could see where the error is. But yeah, that's kind of the basic idea. Let's try it again. Let's do, this time they're asking us to multiply, but they want us to plug in -2 for x. So I'm going to first find h of -2 and k of -2. So h of -2, 2 times -2 minus 4, that's going to be -4 minus 4, -8. And then k of -2 would be -3 times -2 plus 1, which is +6 plus 1, which is 7. So this is going to be -8 times 7, or -56. Now, I just want to pause and comment that in both of these last problems, we actually did do the work for this earlier with these same functions, but not plugging in the x values. So up here, the very first one we did, f plus x of g, that's this one. We found that f of x plus g is x squared minus 1. And if they just plugged in 3, we could have just plugged 3 in here and have gotten 8. And that's what we got down here. Same answer, 8. So if you've already done the work, you could just plug it in to the answer. But they don't always give problems where you've done the work. And I find it's easier if you haven't done that work to go ahead and just plug the numbers into the originals and then, add, subtract, multiply, or divide. But I did want to make mention of that just in case. There are a couple ways of approaching this.